Contradiction, a story I wrote to understand approaches to life choices, which is, I think, something that we all dwell on occasionally. The piece seeks to convey how seemingly urgent, while actually pointless, these mental discussions are, and as I read, please listen to how tangled thinking leads her to twisted logic and dilemma. She sat on her bed, suddenly contemplating the implications of the actions she'd slowly been taking over the years. Not the big ones. Those she'd carefully weighed out. Pros and cons, the potential for emotional trauma, and what others might think or feel. Now, in this moment, she was worried less about what had occurred and more about what hadn't. And she decided that instead of thinking of the larger things and overlooking the little things, she instead would think of nothing and let the little things lead her to the big decisions fluidly. Try not to try. She decided to go for a walk to fully process this sudden epiphany. Taking up her phone, she sighed and unplugged the small yet vital machine and stood up from her desk, which was covered, or rather layered in work and supplies, and in order of how close to the front of her brain the objects were. Usually at this point of revelation, she would stop and look through these little things and reminisce as to why she kept each of them. But instead, she simply took the phone, earbuds, and the thickest jacket in arm's reach and walked out the door. When she faced moments like these, she walked uphill. Always uphill, and despite her other unusual behavior, she followed this familiar pattern. She made her way through the darkness, identifying her body from mind solely by the burn in her thighs. This time, though, she did not have a destination. Typically, she would walk to the tree, a solid, natural, old and mindless, but importantly not lifeless, rugged form that was a seemingly wise and enigmatic creature. The tree obliged her to accept her new reality with no commitment or further contemplation. She did not seek this. Instead, she plummeted more directly into the ambiguity of her new role, trying to understand the implications of her decision in these immediate moments. She looked at her phone. There were a few notifications, but her rule, though it encouraged her to act impulsively, permitted her to not do anything at all. So she did nothing. What she wanted was for life to happen to her, not by her. She knew that would never happen, and yet she indulged in the idea. And sure enough, she returned home at the call of a full bladder and an empty stomach with no story-like developments in her life.